Click the first link in the description for the best Askreddit content. Today I fucked up and got a finger in my butt. Exit me today. Enter 6th grade Biggie free _BCU. I hated school. I was pretty chubby, had glasses, buck teeth, and was generally picked on relentlessly in late elementary. I suffered through every day to be able to get home and play my favorite game, Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind, correct title out of respect. I hated school. Naturally, anytime I had a dentist appointment or checkup and got to miss school, I was elated. I would convince my mom to let me take the day off and life was perfect on my Xbox away from the bullying. I had no idea about faking an illness until my friend Ian told me that's how he missed some random Tuesday in the fall. What a genius. I'm gonna do that. I had it all planned out. At around 7 to 7:30 p.m. I'd fake a stomachache. In my mind it's work perfect, but my parents were all about getting to school. The first night was a failure. Thought about it the next day at school and decided I needed to sell it more. Bingo. That night when I faked it I really put on a show. I walked around all weird and moaned all through the evening. It worked like a charm and I got to play Morrowind all alone the next day while my chump sister and parents went to work and school, respectively. My only thought was, that worked so well, why stop there? For the week straight, I did the same shtick every night at the same time. Every day I'd wake up and my mom would tell me to stay home and try to kick my sickness. It was so amazing. On the 7th or 8th day straight, my mom and dad were talking about what to do when I started my routine of doubling over and moaning. They decided that this seemed serious enough to take me straight to the urgent care. Thought this was even better, since now I'd be able to fake it to the doctor and maybe get a note for even more time off. Nope. The urgent care people are all worried and want my mom to immediately head to the ER. My mom packs me in and off we go. Short wait at the hospital and they take us back. My mom explains the situation to the doctor and he asks me to remove my clothes and put on a gown. I'm still faking an active stomach pain at this point and thinking this'll be easy. Temperature taken, heart listened to or whatever, then I'll be out of here with so much time off school. The doctor did all of that and more and I still wasn't free yet. The doctor asked me to lie on my side and I did, thinking that this was kinda weird. The doctor explained to my mom that getting a stool sample would help clear up the possibilities and figure out what is making my stomach hurt so bad. I didn't know what that was, so whatever dude you do you. Doctor pulls my gown up and exposes my ass. My eyes must have been saucers at this point. This motherfucker says take a deep breathe, and breathe out. And as I'm breathing out, proceeds to go 2 knuckles deep with the index finger into my 6th grade ass. I know I let out a whimper. I went back to school the day after that and had perfect attendance through the end of the year. Too long didn't read. I faked a stomach illness for so long so I could stay home from school and play video games, that the doctor my mom took me to put his finger in my ass and taught me the meaning of what happens when we lie. Edit, sorry, Bethesda. Turns out I'm a filthy casual. Obviously you still haven't learned your lesson. There is no penetration involved in getting a stool sample. Lol touche. But I definitely did get a finger in my ass for this one. Not sure about the difference in pooping in a container and getting it from the source. Bad news is you got a finger in the butt. Good news is you got a finger in the butt. Elder Scrolls 4, Morrowind, correct title out of respect. But Morrowind is the 3rd test game. Hold on, let me go KMS. That's how they get stool samples from dogs. People just poop in a cup. They probably needed a quick sample. Don't you hate being so nervous that the doc has to hold your shoulders with both hands to get the sample? Today I fucked up by accidentally stabbing my penis. Waking up this morning was just like any other morning, nothing out of the ordinary. Sun shining, birds chirping, and the little soldier in my boxers ready to go to war. In a sleepy state I search for my girlfriend laying next to me. I feel she's awake and I start to pull some moves. Morning sex for us is quite the common occurrence, so just like any other time I'm ready to start the day off the right way. As things start to get more heated and exciting, I begin to remove whatever clothes we still have on. She's got a slip and slide and I've got a dick as hard as grandma's cast iron skillet. We're ready to rock and roll. The specific position we were in was simple yet effective. We are both laying on our right side. Again, nothing unusual. I feel she's getting busy with herself, right where the sidewalk ends. She's working her pearl and my thrust game is maximum effort. Moaning louder and louder, every second getting closer to reaching that level of euphoria. A breath away from both of us climaxing, I slip out accidentally and jam my rock-hard rocket directly into her hand, which is rubbing her clit. Her acrylic nail drills directly into my dick hole and immediately I knew that the game was over. She apologized as quick as humanly possible. I tried brushing it off and to be quite honest, I didn't feel much. I had no clue at that time that the damage was as bad as it was. We tried to continue, however a few moments later I looked down just to see blood. I shut it down and gave up. I assessed the damage and it seems as if my urethra is scratched and possibly cut the slightest bit. I bled for the better part of the day, that is just a few drops when I pee or whatever. Doctor says it's not nearly as bad as it seems. Bleeding stopped and it feels like it never happened. Gentlemen, your penis is valuable, and by no means is it your toughest member. Try not to thrust it into your girlfriend fingernails. Too long didn't read. While having sex with my girlfriend, my dick slipped out and drove directly into her hand that was rubbing her clit. Her fingernail went straight into my dick hole and cut the inside of my urethra. I read the title and thought, boy, but how? That hurt just reading it. I know some might be into the whole nail in the pee hole thing, not I. Lol. Sorry bro. I wish you a speedy recovery for more morning shenanigans. I am a woman, I don't know what that speaks about me, but I felt that. And a new fetish is born. /sounding. My fucking god, I'm shivering after reading this. Today I fucked up by sleeping with an abuser's girlfriend. Now this actually happened around 3 days ago, but around a month ago I moved to a new village. Till now I'd mostly used the village co-op, but today went down to Oakle Farm where I was served by a gorgeous tall black-haired girl. Now usually I don't ask women out, but this time I did and she accepted. Anyway, that night we went out just to the village pub, had some food and a few drinks, and well, long story short, she spent the night at mine and we had sex. So anyway, around 3 AM, bang 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 on my front door. I answer to be immediately punched in the face and have some big burly weightlifting looking dude walk into my house unannounced, screaming for her name, redacted, saying he's gonna beat her ass for not coming home. That's when it happened. He walked into my bedroom, saw her, and smacked her straight in the jaw. I lost it. I'm not a violent man, hell I even understand being cheated on can make you do dumb shit, but this dude hitting her was the last straw. So I hit him, hard, and he went down. Honestly, being the tall lanky guy I am, I wasn't expecting him to actually go down, but he did. She called the police. It turned out he'd been beating her for years, and she got with me on the hopes she'd have a place to stay where she was safe for a night. Anyway, how I fucked up. Well, I spent a few nights in the cells for assault. Eventually my charges were dropped. However, he's now facing some hefty charges. Alongside this, my right wrist is shattered in 2 places, I learned today, and as such I'm unable, restricted for work for a while. My face is also sporting some hefty bruising from the initial surprise hit, and my possessions in my home are mostly now wrecked and destroyed. The only silver lining is she actually waited at my place for me to return, and she's still staying with me now, safe, and well, that abuser is likely going to jail. Too long didn't read. I slept with a woman I met in the village I recently moved into. Upon her abusive boyfriend finding out, he turned up at my home at 3 AM where he proceeded to assault myself, her, and trash my home. I went to jail for a few nights and sustained injuries defending her. He's now facing charges and she's safe with me at my home. Good for you for standing up for her and yourself. Honestly, I don't really care that much about myself. My depression has been so bad recently that honestly I just accept most shit that happens at this point, truly. However, I have a problem with people that seem to think it's okay to deliberately and maliciously and violently control the people in their lives. He deserved the punch, and I'll take the cells for a few nights for that. Wait, you knocked a dude out that broke into your house and you had to sit in jail a few days? If that was America, you would have answered a couple questions, got high five, and probably gone round two with the lady before morning. I lived in Arkansas, and as a British man realized quite quickly I wouldn't be ticketed for small driving offenses. I had a Mexican friend who didn't share that luxury. However, I got in one fight in America, protecting my now ex-wife and some mother from a methed-up imbecile at the gas station where she worked. I even drew my firearm, and when the police arrived it went exactly as you described. I didn't spend a few days though, just 2 nights. Around 23 hours, and was released around 4/5 am the next night. We have limits on how long you can be held here, 24 hours for minor offenses and 72 hours for larger ones. Dude, that's not a today I fucked up. It really sucks that you were hurt and your place was trashed, but you saved that girl from years and years more of abuse and trauma. Chin up, my man, you did a good thing. I think to me it's more a today I fucked up in the sense that I ended up trying to get laid and instead ended up in a cell for about 23 hours and 2 nights. Understand how I helped her, and I'll continue to as best I can. Was just an odd situation all in all. It appears you quickly found a live-in girlfriend. Be careful rushing into heavy relationships with people you don't know well, especially if it stems from a problematic event. Oh, believe me when I say I am well aware of this from previous experience. I won't be rushing into anything, don't worry about that. Bit confused how he figured out where you live, being that you're a stranger in a new town. Only thing I can see is she told him and provoked the whole dilemma. I don't believe that's the case. My village is extremely small, I'm talking, and everybody knows everybody's situation. It's more than likely that we were as such followed, or someone in the village just told him at the local pub. She herself seems trustworthy, and extremely scared by him. For the latter point alone, I cannot see her deliberately antagonizing him. It just doesn't make plausible sense. Besides, we need to move away from victim blaming. Even in the unlikely event she did tell him, he still has no excuse to come to my home and assault her.